Let's see here. Hit the thing. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the IWC Radio podcast. Hi. Sorry for the laggy intro. I'm currently rendering a video that has taken 12 hours so far to complete, and it needs another 12 hours to go. So that's happening in the background while we're streaming this live to you on the YouTubes. So, that's going to be happening. So if there's any sort of like technical hiccups, that's what you just blame it on that. Joining me as always is Beans, Chucks, and Will. How you guys doing?
Hello.
Keeping that trend alive, I see.
Yeah, I really need to retire the trend, but every time I think, no, I'm not going to do it this time, I actually come up blank with what to do, so it just happens.
I just wait for you to do it. I feel like the show wouldn't start off the right way without your hello and maybe a can or two.
Oh, right. Has anyone got a can?
No.
I have one, but I opened it way before the show. I can pop the tab off here.
God damn.
There you go. See?
I've got something, but I don't know how it's going to sound audibly. So this is like this really should have been tested beforehand, but we'll try it.
Was that a bottle cap?
Yeah, I think it was a
It
bottle
certainly
cap.
was.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
it wasn't
Classy.
terrible.
Classy.
Classy.
That's
Yeah.
because this time round it's an alcoholic beverage.
Hey.
Oh.
Is it that free Bud Light from the World Cup?
Oh, screw you!
Oh, that's low.
There's no need for that, man.
I know. Yeah.
That's okay. Bud Light's terrible.
I would have liked to have found out.
Yeah, so about that World Cup, what happened?
I don't know what you're talking about. What's the World Cup?
Yeah.
Oh, you know, the thing that you guys wouldn't stop rammering on about last week.
What was that? Pro wrestling?
Wrestling?
The World Cup of wrestling, probably.
Oh my god.
Well, we certainly weren't talking about the Dallas Cowboys, were we?
Oh, I mean, yeah, that's true.
What happened to the Cowboys?
Nothing. I just know that he supports them, and I've got to get something back on him.
I think they got rid of Des Bryant, right? Like that's something.
No.
Yeah.
Not D. Bryan.
Yeah. Yes,
Unbelievable.
that D. Bryan, yeah, sure.
I didn't know you support the Cowboys.
Really? Yeah, no,
The very, very little knowledge of American football I have is that I know of the Cowboys. Only because I know Chris Cash supports them.
Hey.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
So yeah. That's what you...
That's
He's
what.
not from Dallas either, though, is he?
He's in the area, Texas, I think.
Ah.
He never struck me as a Texan.
I was going to say it's America's team, though, isn't it? It's like the Man United of America.
Oh
I
god.
thought that was the other ones. What was the other ones? The Patriots.
Oh, not them dickheads.
Because a mate of mine supports them.
Oh
The- the-
The
god.
Patriots sound like it should be America's team, but I know New England is kind of frowned upon by the rest of America.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they're cheaters.
They're the only other team I actually know of. Cowboys
I
and
just
Patriots.
I just remember the entire hatred that I had. The first Super Bowl that I remember properly watching was the New York Giants versus the New England Patriots. And they did a thing, I think I watched it on like BBC at the time. And they do like a thing every year of like, oh, you've never watched American football before. Like, you know, we'll explain the rules and we'll explain who's playing and everything and all that.
Yeah.
Blah. And they had Tom Brady come on and they were like, oh, introducing the New England Patriots. And he was like, well, we're the New England Patriots. And seeing as you're watching us from England, I'm sure you're all supporting us in the Super Bowl or something stupid like that. And I was like, right, I hate him and I hate them.
And that was it.
Yeah, I actually won money as well that time because I put a bet on for the Giants to make a comeback and they did. One of the rare times I actually put money on and won something. Which was also my only saving grace for the World Cup since I have Croatia in the sweepstakes at work, so...
Oh, yeah.
It was a bit bittersweet.
So you're the one that remembers the World Cup, right?
Yeah, it finished ages ago. What about it?
There was a World Cup on this year? I don't know.
And there's rumours it's not until winter.
Come on, you guys are telling me that you were going to bring it home.
Yeah, we
Oh,
are.
yeah.
The European Championships in 2 years. Their
Yeah,
semi-finals and finals are going to be at Wembley, so football's coming home.
Yeah.
Literally, whether we win or lose, it is.
All right, fair enough.
Well, that's what the song was about in '96, because we were
It
hosting
was.
the thing, and then it kind of got taken out of hand, and everyone says that now winning it means it's coming home. The trophy is coming home. Well, football's actually coming home.
But even if we won this World Cup, it wouldn't exactly have been coming home because the trophy that we won in 1966 has changed. So it would be a new trophy. So it isn't exactly the title would be coming home, I suppose. But you know,
Yeah.
Are you trying to
love
say
this
that?
in-depth analysis, haven't you?
Are you trying to say that it's a new trophy, so we're not really interested in it?
Kind of. Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
No,
I mean,
history.
who wants a trophy that looks like something that Baron Corbin just won at a shit WrestleMania?
Yeah, I'll go with that. Yeah.
It's tiny as well, isn't it?
Well, yeah, it's like a golf ball covered in
Yeah.
cheese.
I was thinking that with the Ashes. You know, you're competing over that tiny little thing.
I keep waiting for someone to do something to that, like drop it or stand on it or...
And you know, the real Ashes are kept in London, aren't they?
Isn't it
That's what
a
it's
law?
always
If they win, isn't
So
that
cricket don't have to keep singing about it's coming on because it's constantly there.
Yeah.
always staying home, exactly. Anyway,
So,
Anyway,
anyway,
the real football starts soon.
it's true. The International Champions Cup tour of the US.
I think we're playing United actually in some sort of tournament in the America.
yeah,
that's the
one of
one.
them pre-season friendlies where we'll break each other's legs.
Yeah.
But it's only going to be the kids and the reserves anyway, so it doesn't matter too much.
Yeah, it's pretty up actually, yeah.
So that starts off on the 20th of July. City play Dortmund, and then 2 days later, Liverpool play Dortmund, and then 3 days later, City play Liverpool.
I was a City, I thought it was United.
Oh my god.
You play them too on the 28th.
Alright, okay. Isn't one of them at the MetLife Stadium? I'm sure it is.
Michigan Stadium. The
They
the
only
City
do
game.
one in the
City
horrible
Liverpool.
Orlando Stadium.
City Liverpool, I thought so.
Yeah.
MetLife Stadium, home of WrestleMania.
I'm wondering whether Smoot's fallen asleep.
Oh, I was trying to bring it back to wrestling then. That was what I was trying to do.
Oh, I'm sorry. That was so badly timed.
I was gonna do like a mock snoring noise, but Beans woke me up there.
Sorry, Will. I ruined everything.
You've ruined everything. I'm going home. That's the audio.
Ruined. Ruined. Going home. Going home.
Oh, no.
Bless
I've
the
forgotten
rains,
about
we're going
Smoots.
home.
At least we were in the tournament. Let's be honest.
That's true. Fucking America can't buy their way in, so.
Russia did.
No!
Russia did.
Zing. Fucking zinged. Should we get into Extreme Rules?
I thought that's what we were talking about.
Where are we?
Yeah, thought it was coming home.
Coming home.
Extreme
coming
Rules?
home.
No. Although, was it Will? I think you mentioned that actually WrestleMania might be coming home.
Yes.
Oh, geez, yeah. Sorry, I only
Yes.
saw this like yesterday.
Yeah.
What?
You might be surprised by this, but I'm not happy by that news.
No.
Oh my god! Wait, hold on. For there's an actual prospect of WrestleMania coming over to the UK, and Beans isn't happy about it.
Because it isn't WrestleMania.
Exactly.
Oh,
Mm.
okay.
It's the greatest WrestleMania, which is going to be like the main event.
Are
Is going to be
you-
fucking
are you-
Undertaker versus Kane in a
Are you-
casket match.
That's so perfect.
Wait a minute.
It probably will be exactly that.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Hold on. They're really making an event called the Greatest WrestleMania.
Well, that's the rumor. Apparently, they want to do two main
Oh my
WrestleMania
God.
events in
Oh
2020.
my God.
Two WrestleManias in 2020, which
Oh
means
my
one
God.
isn't really a WrestleMania. They're just going to
Exactly.
tag the name on it to try and make it
So
sound
now
better.
it's gonna be like, oh, congratulations, UK! You finally got your own WrestleMania. It's the
You get a
greatest
WrestleMania, and you get a
It's the-
WrestleMania, and you get a WrestleMania. Everyone gets a WrestleMania.
Oh
It's
my
going to be the
God.
greatest WrestleMania because it's going to be fucking. Brock Lesnar's not going to defend the championship on the show because he can't be asked.
Oh,
And
God.
fucking Roman Reigns is going to be in the main event against fucking James Ellsworth for the #1 contendership.
Yeah, pretty much.
that's the oh my God! What a hoodwink!
No, actually, that's too good. Like you said, it'd be Cena.
What a
It'd be Cena.
hoodwink!
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Oh my God! I can't believe that they would do something like that.
Daniel
I could
Bryan
s-
will be in a submission match with Kurt Hawkins.
I could legitimately see WWE pulling off like some bullshit like that, and not give you guys like an actual WrestleMania for whatever.
But then
reason.
acting like they have.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, oh, we had a great response to the WrestleMania in the UK.
Yeah.
We're so glad that the UK universe came out to see us, and they
Yep.
finally got it after all this time.
Yep.
So glad we can make that happen.
That's the.
I don't know. I'm a bit skeptical. I mean, I don't think it's gonna happen the way it's been rumored. I don't know. I can't see the WrestleMania is the big. Even after all these years, it's still the big event.
Oh, you know what? That means
Oh.
they're just going to call it something like UK Mania.
The greatest insurrection ever.
Oh, Jesus.
God.
I could actually see them doing a 2-day Mania at some point. And that's more likely.
That's probably going to happen next year.
If it's a 2-day thing, it's probably just gonna be like Survivor Series or King of the Ring.
We're talking about an Extreme Rules pay-per-view coming up tomorrow that's probably going to go on about 6 hours and has fucking nothing interesting on it.
But they have said now that it's 3 to 3.5 hours or something, and they've actually they've kind of made a rule on that.
You
Yeah.
said that? Last one was 4
Yeah,
hours
it-
15.
Yeah, it's gonna be a 4-hour pay-per-view with one 30-minute man Ironman match.
But for a little while, they were just overrunning, and it didn't matter. And then more recently, they've kind of given it like a block. We've got 3.5 hours, and we can go to that limit, but that's it. It was a news story a couple of months ago, I'm sure.
I mean,
I know they've.
When's that supposed to be kicking in then?
right?
Oh, it's like as of I think because the last one was Money in the Bank, right? So that was one of the longer ones. So they've said for like the big 4 or big 5, they could go a little longer, like an extra hour. But for the little shows, they are going to stick to, I think it was 3 to 3.5 hours. But I don't know. We'll see. When it's on the network, I guess it doesn't really matter too much. You don't have
I'm
to
just
stick
going to
to
start naming the pay-per-views like Lord of the Rings.
Oh God, no! Lord of the King
Lord
of
of-
the Ring.
I'm just trying to think of any kind of movie pun that they can use from a fucking movie that's about 3 or 4 hours long.
Lord of the
I'm
King
not-
of the Ring.
Yeah, I'm thinking that they can't use Lord of the Ring. That's not even a pun or like that's
Well,
just
you
using
know
the
what
title.
Yeah.
Fellowship of the Ring.
Yeah, how about just Ring, the Ring?
No, that's a movie as well.
Yeah.
Japanese horror.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
exactly. That's my point.
Maybe it's just Vince McMahon watching a videotape and leaving phone messages with everyone saying they've all got 7 days left to live.
God.
And I don't know if you can tell, guys, but I'm really not that interested in Extreme Rules.
Should we get
No,
should we get into it then?
I should be.
Can I also point out as well that like I tried to watch Raw on Tuesday night. I fell asleep. I tried to watch it on Wednesday night. I fell asleep.
Oh my God.
I managed to. This is even on the fast forward thing that you've been doing recently, Will. And I fell asleep fast forwarding. I'd actually got that bored. I was fast forwarding through part of a match, and then woke up and I got to the end of the fast forward, and it was just like, oh no.
I
I'm trying to
squeezed it
remember
in.
where I was up to.
I managed to squeeze it in. I think we got about an hour out of it, maybe an hour and 10 minutes. So
Well, SmackDown I hadn't even watched up until today. I tried to watch it, and I think I've managed the first 45 minutes, so I've not even seen SmackDown fully.
And then watch you fall asleep.
Yeah, I probably stopped before that happened. Although SmackDown wasn't anywhere near as bad as Raw, but
So, did you watch it, Chucks, bro?
I did, but I really hope there isn't a follow-up question to that because I can't remember anything that happened.
No, but you watched the full show.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, I watched the edited, the uploaded one on that site that we used to watch wrestling on, and all the ad breaks are cut out, so I was skipped through like video packages, but I watched.
It's about 90 minutes, I think, isn't it?
It's 3 parts and they're each about 40 minutes.
All right.
But you can cut a good chunk of that out if you want to.
And Smoke, did you watch it?
What, Raw?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Live?
Yeah, live in its entirety.
Okay.
Yeah.
The reason I'm asking, before we get into Extreme Rules, I think it might be a good time to bring up the news that this week's Raw drew the lowest rating ever.
Ah!
And that's like ever in Raw history, WWE history.
This is just straight up the lowest it's ever been. Which that's a hell of a feat.
I'm reading the article about this on the Observer site, and they've opened it with a strange sentence here. Raw last night did the all-time record modern low audience. So all-time modern record.
Okay.
The all-time record of the modern era. Just let that sink in.
Yeah.
They also say that this was actually joint 2.46 million with the one a couple of years ago that went against the Trump-Clinton debate and the NFL. Big competition.
Mm-hmm. I think it's.
So does this mean that CM Punk's coming back on Raw?
I think it means something's going to happen because I don't know. The last couple of weeks we've all kind of agreed it's been pretty much terrible.
Yeah.
And
It does seem to be universal across everyone at the minute. It's just
across the universe, in fact.
Oh my god.
This kind of proves it. If they don't listen to the fans, but they listen to ratings. So
I don't like the brand split, honestly. I really don't.
I don't know because I think it's working for SmackDown. It's not for Raw.
yeah. I was gonna say, can you imagine if SmackDown was just the same matches as Raw and they just did what they did in the past?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or,
You won't have to worry about the lowest ratings in modern history on that one.
or if they did like the same matches, but SmackDown still somehow got the higher rating of the two shows.
I mean, there is talk about that kind of they're going to change something with the new TV deals when SmackDown is going to become more important than Raw.
Yeah,
very possibly, depending on how it all.
Considering Fox paid out like what, $2 billion for it.
Oh yeah, big money.
Did I read that Fox want to treat it as an actual sport rather than?
Yeah, they do.
That'd be great.
It would be.
Keep track of some records,
Would it work though? I'm not sure it's gonna work.
You'd need the right person.
It's definitely not going to work when Roman Reigns comes out.
You just need like a booker or just someone with like the mind for that. Someone who can think in real sport, kind of not that WWE. It doesn't really matter. It's just wrestling. It's make it up as you go along kind of thing. I'm sure it could work.
I'm sorry, when you said Booker, then I had images that you meant Booker too.
Maybe he's the guy.
Like a real sport man.
Yeah, okay.
I just thought that, and then I just had images of that shucky ducky quack quack graphic coming up at the bottom.
Yeah, I can do
a bloody rubber duck with a fucking set of dreadlocks, for fuck's sake.
And that's the man you want to treat it as a real sport.
We need to call the Booker.
I don't know, it's an interesting idea, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I know they did that in Evolve. When Evolve started, that was supposed to be done kind of like a league or like really strictly like a rating system, ranking system.
I never watched it, but didn't TNA try something similar in the later days?
That just flopped miserably.
Yeah.
Yeah. And even Evolve, like they started with, keeping track of contenders and stuff, but they moved away from it because it obviously wasn't working for them either. So I don't know.
It doesn't have to be like a league thing. All you want is a bit of bloody like believability to something, and not it be the same bloody format every week.
Yeah.
Logic, common sense, stuff like that.
Yeah, it's not like we're asking for the moon, is it?
I mean, you're asking for WrestleMania, and you're probably going to get the greatest WrestleMania. Means.
The greatest one. Sounds great.
Yeah.
But at this time of year, the G1 season, that I think proves that it can be done in a very sporting way. But it takes someone who can plan something out and maybe not drag it on too long. This is just for a month or two, and it's a self-contained thing. I don't know if you can keep doing it like that. I don't know. I guess we'll see.
Speaking of G1 and WrestleMania.
Bingo.
There's some big news this week from New Japan and Ring of Honor. Don't know if anyone's heard this. No.
Probably not. I've not. No.
They're going to be doing a show at Madison Square Garden the day before WrestleMania next year.
Ooh.
Which everyone's gone a little bit crazy about. Yeah, it's Ring of Honor and New Japan, a co-promoted show, or co-branded as WWE would call it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the day before Mania and going head-to-head with TakeOver.
Really? Huh.
And it's in MSG, which is like WWE's home.
That's interesting because even WWE doesn't use it anymore because it's too expensive to televise.
Yeah,
exactly. Wrestling's
coming home.
Well, at least he finally uses it in the right context.
That's kind of huge, actually.
I thought that WWE blocked them from doing this.
Well,
they had a long time ago.
Yeah,
they blocked WCW from running there, but I think because they don't run from there often enough anymore, it's kind of that agreement might have slipped.
Yeah.
Yeah, because all they ever do in there now is house show stuff, isn't it?
Yeah. Exactly.
Mm. What's the reason behind that? Do we know? Is it just something
Just
that they'd rather go to
expense.
Barclays or?
It's expense. Barclays is bigger. They can make better money doing it there.
Mm. Mm.
Which I would say is a shame, but since they renovated MSG, it doesn't even look different anymore.
That's true. Yeah.
It used to look like a really cool place. So, like the one arena in the world that looked different.
You'd always know, wouldn't you?
Not
If it was
anymore.
just by looking, you'd know where it was.
Well, you'd have the entrance like on the far side of the ring.
Exactly, yeah.
That's how
It
you
looked
know.
really,
Yeah.
really good. Yeah.
So it doesn't look like that now?
No, it just looks like any old arena. They've probably done a
Ooh.
show or two since they've done it from there, and you probably haven't noticed. It's a
No
shame.
good.
Oh,
Should we head into Extreme Rules now, or is there any other?
Yeah. Sorry, I kind of went on a bit tangent on news there.
No, that's fine. No, I
Yeah.
understand. I understand.
there was a bit of news here about shuffling pay-per-views, but I don't think it's that interesting.
What do you mean? Are they gonna?
Apparently, TLC was booked for October, and now it's been moved back to December, like usual,
Well,
because
yeah,
of the
Hell in a Cell.
Australia Super Showdown show is in October.
Oh,
Um,
I was gonna be like,
Yeah.
well, Hell in the Cell is usually in October.
That's true. Hell in a Cell is September 16th.
Yeah, close enough.
Yeah.
Close enough.
And yeah, the only. Well, I don't even know if it is a pay per view though, the Australia show. But that's the only thing they got going on in October at the moment. So there's a thing. There's a thing.
there's
Well,
one other
they'll-
quick thing we haven't mentioned just about Raw. Apparently, Paul Heyman's working as a writer. He
Yeah,
was
we were-
apparently responsible, and responsible is probably the word, for the
I don't,
Heyman, sorry, to the Lashley Reigns segment.
I do not buy this. I do not buy this one bit.
What?
If Heyman were to write something for television, I think he would come up with something a little bit more compelling than two guys being pulled apart by the locker room. Which I know this is kind of getting off into another tangent, but like I feel like if you were to replace Lashley with Lesnar in that opening segment on Raw, I think it would be a lot more entertaining than Lashley, because it just made, for me, who tuned in midway through that, to me it seemed like Reigns insulted his like military background again. I was like, oh well,
Mm.
I guess Lashley is upset again. So
I don't get why they have issues. I don't know if I missed something at some point, but the commentators kept going on about how it's personal now between these two, and I don't know why.
Reigns won't stop calling him Bob.
Oh, oh damn.
Mhm.
That's pretty much.
That is-
He keeps bringing up the 10-year history. Like, you tried to be the guy, but now I'm the guy. I'm the big dog. Blah, 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 blah. Bob.
Oh. Well, I mean that is true though,
Yeah.
and he
I-
did leave 10 years ago, and he did some MMA and was actually quite good in TNA.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
now
He
he's
was
back.
He was highly successful in both TNA and
Yeah.
Bellator. What's the problem?
I-
And in the chat's asking if he missed the predictions to Croatia, France. Just to go back to the World Cup for a sec.
I don't know. Are they doing something?
So,
And if you-
what's happening?
And since you just joined in, the other three have just blanked out on the World Cup, considering that they lost on Wednesday. So,
I want them
Amsterdam.
both to run into each other and spontaneously combust.
what, both
You know.
both nations?
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole nation.
Yeah, you know, like when you get them crowd shots of the reactions when they score a goal, it's going to look amazing when it just turns into a massive fireball.
I was
Double
being
count
Vince
out.
McMahon. That was the thing. I wasn't actually advocating nuclear war or anything. I was just
Well, no, they were just
It was
going to spontaneously combust. It wasn't going to
it's
be a
Vince
nuke.
promo when Bryan and Cena wrestled at SummerSlam. Remember?
Yeah, I know.
And he said he didn't want either of them to win. He wanted them both to burst into flame.
And says that they lost on Wednesday and lost today. Wow. I nearly lost
Yeah.
twice.
Yeah, I mean, are we still going on about this? I think this subject has been hammered into the ground.
Yeah, it's kind of like it was last week.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. Well
Karma.
said, Smoot. We've talked enough
Karma.
about the World Cup. I think no one wants to hear about this anymore.
Yeah, karma. Should we really get into it? Right? No, we were talking about Raw, and then Heyman if Heyman wrote that segment, I think it was edited or something. Was my point into whatever nonsensical WWE infrastructure that has to fit into. Because if Heyman actually wrote that, he would have made it more entertaining than what it came off on television, I felt. So that's my 2 cents on it. That's all I wanted to contribute.
I don't know how it works these days. I know they've got a hell of a lot of writers, and it's not unusual for them to say, we need to fill a week of this storyline. How about a pull-apart brawl? Like, it didn't take a new writer to come up with that one.
No.
So I'm guessing he's like part of a bigger process, and maybe he wrote some of the words, but the kind of, this is what we're doing, the big picture, that's just what they do.
Yeah.
Well, you'd assume everything's signed off by Vince anyway, so
Yeah.
he's just, if he doesn't like it, he's not going to do it, is he? But
I'm really starting to dislike Vince McMahon.
if on that point though, if Heyman is writing for Raw, then it can only be a good thing. When he was writing for SmackDown, that was one of the best periods.
It's just a matter of how he's being controlled is the thing.
Yeah.
Like, what gets approved, what gets disapproved, what gets edited, what doesn't get edited is the thing. That's why I kind of said that if he actually wrote it, it would have been more compelling, because we know that he can put out some good shit. Most of the time he can put out good shit.
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if he was, because he used to write a lot of Lesnar stuff, didn't he? A lot of the Lesnar matches, especially. He would be controlling. He'd be, I don't know about agenting, if that's the word, but he would kind of lay stuff out. That's why so many of Lesnar's matches are just big moves. It's a Heyman thing. Anyway, let's get to Extreme. Finally, let's actually get to Extreme Rules now. Yes. Unless anyone's got anything else.
Ed just said in the chat, question about the Iron Man match for tomorrow. Why is no one talking about how score can change by countouts or disqualifications? They only talk about pins and submissions. Is that because it's Extreme Rules?
God. Yeah, I mean, they should have brought up pins, countouts and disqualifications instead of just pins and submissions, but I think that's just the normal way, the normie way of winning a match, I guess. I think maybe it's just to downplay the Drew McIntyre interference that's most likely going to happen and be the deciding factor of the match that you sat 30 minutes for. Just to see a screwy finish to determine Ziggler retaining the Intercontinental Championship, I feel.
So have they done that count out before? Can you win by count out?
You can get a fall by count out.
Can you? Yeah. I know you can by disqualification. I don't remember seeing one by count out. Okay, that's something.
Sure, I've seen one in the past.
I guess they haven't mentioned it because it's just too many words.
Yeah,
generally,
Edge just said in the chat that the Iron Man match between The Rock and Triple H had a count out and disqualification in it.
Wasn't that like 20 years ago?
Well, yeah, but this is wrestling, so that's what we specialise in 20 years ago.
Yeah, a lot's changed in that time too.
Has it really?
Oh yeah, with this stuff. Street fights not being street fights and all sorts of rules do change subtly when they want them to, when it's convenient.
Like a title defense.
Yeah, 30-day rule. Right, let's start with the pre-show, and we will get to that
We gotta
Iron Man match eventually.
You gotta wrestle the papers first, and then I gotta play the high quality
shit.
music here. Yeah.
I already had it on the right page, so I don't need to do this.
Okay. All right.
This is just shit.
Okay. Now you.
Have we got high quality music?
Yeah, it's the same track I've been using, only it sounds better.
Oh.
Which probably means
So basically, it's better quality porn music.
yes. So it's probably gonna.
I don't remember the music. Can you like hum it?
It's good. I cannot hum it. No.
Ah.
So it's so good. It's probably gonna get us like flagged or something by YouTube or a bot. So whatever. Anyway, continue. What were you going off on? Which
We
match?
were going to start with the pre-show, and
Alright.
I can't believe there's 12 matches on this show because I can. Only
You
think
are
about...
joking.
No, it's literally 12 matches. They recently
And you think
added
this is
one.
going to be 3.5 hours?
No, it's going to be 4. Like the last
I think a lot
one.
of them are going to be short. A lot of these.
I bet this is 4.5 hours.
Okay,
Really?
that could be one of our extra little bonus points at the end that you don't get any bonus points for. Okay, pre-show. So I guess just added is Sin Cara versus Andrade Almas.
Oh, is it
they-
finally happening now?
Yeah, happening again.
How did that come about? Because I don't remember that happening.
This was
It
recently
was just announced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These two had a match when I went to see the live tour in Liverpool. That's quite a good match.
I was gonna say, I bet it was alright.
Yeah, it's good.
Oh.
I bet this won't be.
Wow.
Oh no, I'm just thinking when it's a house show stuff, they
Wow.
always like have a bit more time to do things and stuff, and I can just see on this that it'll just be like one of them quick squash things for Almas probably.
I was thinking 8 minutes with an ad break in the middle.
You mean a WWE Network ad break?
Well, yeah, of course.
I mean, an ad break for the show you're watching.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Sign up for the network. This is what's on in the next month.
Why can't they do for the? I mean, if they're gonna do the stupid advertising in the middle of a match, why can't they just do the double feature split like they did on the shows? For the go home shows, basically on Raw and SmackDown, where they split it off and they show like the stupid preview where I almost said Carmella, no, Charlotte going when describing Extreme Rules.
They could.
Yeah.
They could do that, but they don't. I think they're going to have Sin Cara do a big dive to the outside, then we cut away to the ad break, and we come back to Almas with a chin lock in the middle of the ring. Just throwing it out there, because we are doing predictions. That's my calling it now prediction.
Calling it now prediction. All right.
Yeah, hashtag calling it now.
I can't do like a shucky ducky quack quack graphic there for that, but there you go. Or maybe it's like a beep boop beep boop beep boop, calling it now like thing.
Ah, like a calling, like
Yeah.
calling. Ah, I like it.
Just came up with
Yeah.
that. There you go. That'll be something next week, I think.
Yeah, I have to work on that. Yeah.
Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Like they showed this one promo and it has like a bunch of people trying to describe Extreme Rules. Like Reigns Reigns just says like something under his breath, and it cuts to Charlotte and she just goes ah.
Yeah, I've seen them all.
Yeah, like what? Yeah,
Oh,
like
yeah.
pretty much you pretty much called it because in the lower box there's Natalya in a chin lock. So I totally expect Almas to have like a chin lock on Sin Cara. Now, you sold me on the chin lock. Congratulations.
Ed said in the chat, can Constable Corbin sing a lullaby in the background for the predictions game?
I'm going to say something
What a-
quite controversial now.
What a goof.
Oh no, what's Will gonna say?
I'm slowly starting to like Constable Corbin.
Right,
It's
You're fired.
working.
you're fired. You're off. Look, I
He's
know
the
that we've been
waistcoat
getting excited about England and the waistcoat thing. But
Exactly.
yeah, I was on exactly the same wavelength, but you've just gone too far, Will.
I don't know. Just since the name change, is I don't know. He's not. I don't hate him as much anymore.
He's called Constable fucking Corbin.
Yeah, I hate the name. That's a fair point. But...
Up next, Finn Balor versus Constable fucking Corbin. I think you sold me on that alone.
I kind of agree. Like, before he was doing the serious gimmick.
Oh god, is this like a disease that's spreading?
Yeah. Yeah.
Corbinitis.
Like, I couldn't take him seriously because he sucked. He tried to be all serious and whatever, and he had terrible hair, and he, like, made out that he was a badass, but he just wasn't very good. And now, it seems like even he knows that this is stupid, so he's just laughing through the whole thing. He's at least shaved his head, that helps. He's wearing a stupid, like, three-piece suit all the time. It's just... I don't take him seriously as a threat at all.
He looks like he should be waiting tables at a TGI Friday somewhere.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Whereas before, as I always used to say, he just looked like a guy who was... He always had that face like he was trying to remember his shopping list. Like, not intimidating at all.
Now it's just, would you like a refill on your water? Yeah.
I used to hear that music and go, Christ, it's him again.
Exactly.
But now I don't. It's not as bad.
Because this is exactly the problem with Reigns. It's like when you hear the music, you know they're trying to push this guy, and I don't want to see this guy get pushed.
Yeah.
And now you see Corbin, they're obviously not pushing this guy. They've got nothing for this guy. It's fine. I don't mind anymore.
So the pre-show.
Embrace your beans.
Let's get back to the pre-show.
No.
Well,
he's about 2 weeks ago. He's about 2 weeks from having a fucking badge.
Oh, they should give him a badge.
Yeah, we can sell it and I'll buy it.
Well, I don't want to say this and sound harsh, but you're the fucking reason why this thing's all going wrong.
What, Raw or the show?
Everything. The whole lot. Ratings is all your fault. Merchandise. Everything.
Embrace the Corbin madness.
Yeah. I just want someone English. Is there anyone English on that show? Not Aiden. Because Neville's gone. Jack Gallagher, maybe. Just someone to come out and call him Constable, like a lot of English people do.
I really thought you were going to say something else then.
Exactly. I always think that because people pronounce it with like a U. It's really weird, but they do.
Constable.
Finn Balor could get away with it because of his accent as well.
Yeah. There you go.
I'm picking Almas in the Sin Cara match there.
Oh yeah, that. Almas again. Yeah.
Wait, Smoot, you're going for Almas Joy. There you go.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, Almas for me too.
Supposedly these were like two best friends.
Used to be.
Yeah, I don't buy that.
Zelina Vega got involved.
Yeah, I do not buy that whatsoever.
Does this mean that Almas was friends with the original Sin Cara from Mexico?
Maybe he knows he's the imposter Sin Cara, and that's why he hates him.
Haven't we had about 14 Sin Cara since then?
Yeah, that's more believable than, oh, these two used to be friends, when they've never even acknowledged it on TV.
Does that mean that like he's going to break the fourth wall or something, and then when he walks off, he's like, Hunico!
Hunico! Yeah, that'd be great. That'd be better than whatever the fuck they're doing with this.
I love the fact that you've actually just put in that I predicted Almas and I never gave him a prediction.
Oh man, so have I. Who are you predicting then?
Almas.
Oh,
Ah.
never mind.
Sin Care.
Sin Care.
Care.
Yeah.
Without care. Okay, so that's done.
Just before you go to the next one, Ed's a little bit appalled by you, Chucks.
Oh yeah. Says that you just put the 2 hashtag on the tweet about eating dinner.
Yeah, well, I was. So, it was you, right, Smoot? You said that you were eating dinner, so we were
Yeah.
like running late for the show. You said I was eating dinner.
Yeah.
And then instead of saying I am also eating dinner, I said me too.
No, you used a hashtag
Oh,
me too.
Hashtag me
Yeah.
too. Ah.
Is that not what it's for?
Wow.
No?
Not touching that one. Not.
Okay.
Yeah,
Not touching
yeah.
So the New Day had a match with Sanity on
New
the
Day,
show.
You know.
In a tables match. Sanity disrupted the July 3rd pancake eating contest, and they put Xavier through a table. So that's where this match is basically stemming from. I do not recall a single match Sanity has won since they came up onto the main. It might have been their debut match, and then they've lost every single one since then. So my gut says they win here, but if I'm trying to predict WWE, they're just going to give it to New Day again.
Yeah, I'm gonna go New Day.
New Day. Oh, Sanity for me. I think
Yeah.
they need the win.
They need the win. I absolutely agree that they need the win, but booking is the way to go here.
I'll make it 2 against 2 and go Sanity.
Oh,
Wow.
that's what I get for assuming Beans' prediction there. Sorry. And just to go back real quick on Almas again, he hasn't been on SmackDown frequently enough for me to care
No,
about him.
I agree.
He's been pretty sparse since the call up, for whatever reason. I don't know why.
Was Sin Cara injured recently? Yeah, they said that on SmackDown that he had gotten some kind of injury,
Quote unquote, yeah.
quote unquote. So I don't know if he was actually injured on off TV himself, so they didn't want to. What's the point? You know.
Yeah.
Um,
I don't know.
yeah. Yeah, could have just had a couple of squashes. Keep him relevant.
It says, you know who else has been on SmackDown enough? Samoa Joe.
True.
100% right. 100%
Who's
right.
he?
That is true.
Yeah.
Who's he?
You mean Joey Samoa?
Oh, him!
Yeah.
Yeah, I like him.
Yeah, I like him too.
He's got very fast hair growing ability.
Yeah, I'm jealous of that. Where to next? Which one?
Right, let's open the show with the non-title matches. You know what? Let's go to Balor and Constable Corbin.
There we go again.
Let's do it.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Pretty much they're shifting the whole big versus small angle from Cass and Bryan onto Corbin and Balor. So I'm going with Balor, just off of that principle alone.
A good big man always beats a good little man. And Corbin's just not very good, so I guess that means Balor could win.
Oh, wow. Will.
I'm going Corbin.
You mean Gareth Southgate?
Corbin, yeah. Corbin for life.
Oh my god.
Alright,
I
that
think you're
works.
probably right, actually, but
I don't know.
I'm trying to remember what happened in the last interaction between them.
Corbin's won a couple of times, hasn't he, on Raw?
I don't know. I'll go Balor
Tags and
because, you know.
I just remember Corbin winning matches that I didn't expect him to win, so I think,
That's true.
50-50 booking means he'll lose on the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Okay, that was easy. Let's go to the other non-title match, Roman Reigns versus Bob Lashley.
You mean the
Oh,
main
yeah.
event?
Yeah,
Robert Lashley.
this feels like they're gonna have this one close the show. And
They
honestly,
really are.
honestly, I don't know why. Like, it's
Because it's
WWE.
Roman Reigns.
Yeah, like
Yeah, but why?
it's
Why
gonna
Reigns?
it's
I
gonna
still
I am
don't
the
get
main
it.
event. Bob.
it's gonna be a repeat of Backlash, where it was Reigns and Samoa Joe, and people are just gonna leave, and they're gonna blame Lashley for not being able to be entertaining enough, I guess. So
If it is the main event, which it will be, I'm hoping that Lashley's sisters come down the ring and
Oh,
batter
God.
Roman Reigns.
oh my god. Talk about a Me Too movement.
Oh my god.
Do you mean the actual sisters or those 3 guys that weren't actually his sisters?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. I've got Reigns winning this one.
Sorry, Ed. Sorry. You have Reigns winning this one? Okay. I'll go. I'll go. Fuck. I don't know, cause like I want to say Lashley, cause he should win it because he hasn't been like the dominating threat that he should have been this entire time since his return to WWE. However, it is Roman Reigns. That's the downside. So I'm gonna play it safe here and go Reigns because I'm down a point, or I'm down many points, so I can't really be too bold here. Will.
Range.
Okay. Beans had to go check on Jack real quick, so he is currently AFK at the moment. We'll get his predictions in a little bit. So.
This guy, he's just trying to scope out the competition, see what we've predicted, play a little game,
He's asking Jack for his prediction.
Yeah, there you go.
And that's
yeah,
cheating too.
Yeah.
Ask a baby.
This is how he got the lead last season.
Yeah.
Just not being on the show for like so many weeks, and then he gets like a commanding lead, and he's like, "Oh, hey, welcome back. I'm leading the prediction game, guys." What a coincidence.
Shenanigans.
Shenanigans. Yeah, I'm gonna assume he's gonna say Reigns. I'm just gonna put it in lowercase there as well. Where to next?
Okay. We've got a whole load of title matches and a cage match. Let's go to the cage. This is Kevin Owens and Braun Strowman. They can't run away or hide in portable toilets or flip over any cars. In theory, they can't.
In theory, yeah.
In theory. Because no one's ever broken out of a steel cage before.
Strowman's done it like twice.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you brought that up and I completely forgot about that. Oh, man.
It's almost like Kurt Angle doesn't know what he's doing. Like he's got no sense of history. And,
that's why he's always
shadowing.
That's why he's always checking his phone.
Yeah.
Maybe Owens can try something crafty to get out of this. That's what my brain says. Try to outsmart the big man, but I think Strowman, since he has the Money in the Bank case, I don't know, he's gonna win somehow. So I'm gonna go with Strowman here.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That's the obvious choice.
Yeah, Strowman for me as well.
Okay. Alright, Chucks. We got Strowman as well, right?
Yeah, me too.
Okay, and I'll say Beans will probably say Strowman as well. Maybe I'll put Strawman. How about that?
Strawman.
We'll say that. Alright, and the build for that's been very weird, because Owens is trying to use craftiness, and he's just getting overruled by everybody. By Angle, Strowman himself. Yeah, I'm glad it has a stipulation to it. Although it, as you just pointed out, and I completely forgot that Strowman's broken out of the cage like multiple times. So I mean,
so what's the point?
Yeah, what is the point?
Okay, so loads of title matches now. I think this is all of the titles. Yeah, it's all of them except the Universal. So the least important, let's go with SmackDown Tag. This is the Bludgeon Brothers defending against the recently reformed Team Hell No. Kane is pretty much the only guy to get any decent offense on the Bludgeons. And that's why I think he's going to lose.
Ooh. Wow.
Yeah.
I'll counter predict that and say Kane and Bryan, considering they are recently reformed, and they got to be the tag team champions because Bryan can say that he is the tag team champions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why I think they're gonna do it. And plus, Bryan got the pyro. You can't get pyro and then lose a pay-per-view match. Like, come on. Gotta literally burn that Fox money that they just got.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for Team Hano as well.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I'm gonna say. No, we'll go with heel now. There we go. Yeah. Good for beans.
Okay, yeah. I don't think they want Bryan tied up with that. They finally got him doing a couple of segments with Miz. I think they're going that way for SummerSlam. I don't know if they want him in the tag picture.
I mean, there's that, but like, I don't think WWE values the tag titles like they should be. So they're gonna keep him out of the title picture for at least a long time. As long as they can go.
At least a long time.
Yeah.
If
at
not
least
forever.
a long time. Because his contract's coming up in September in the fall or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
Allegedly. And I don't know. Like, I see him. I think they're going to keep him, like, quote unquote, safe away from the whole title picture, like the main title picture, like the Intercontinental title, WWE title, stuff like that, until they can at least get him to re-sign for like however many years with the company, and then maybe put him in the title picture. So
yeah, I agree, but I just think if they only have this short time with him, they're not going to want to waste that in tags when they've got like a Miz program to do, or I don't know, something maybe Nakamura, or just like something a little more.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah.
Even if it's not like straight to the top, it's just something SummerSlammy.
I think we have Beans rejoining us here on the blower.
Is he?
Hello.
Hey, there he is.
It'd help if I unmuted myself.
Yeah, that would help.
Yeah. Sorry about that. Yeah, Jack just decided that he wanted to wake up.
Yeah, he was trying to tell you which guys you should pick.
I think he was. He was muttering something about Constable Corbin in his sleep.
See, he's on the turn as well.
Yeah, I'm sure the word "kill" was also said.
So who, out of Reigns and Lashley, who do you want to pick?
Oh damn! It's got to be Reigns on it.
Yeah, see, okay, that's one. That's a bonus point for me. I predicted Beans' prediction.
Oh my god, you're doing bonus points on who I'm gonna predict?
Yeah.
Smoot has predicted your prediction, so he's 1 for 3 at the moment.
Yeah. What about Strowman and Owens in the cage?
Anytime.
Keep in mind, Strowman has broken out of the cage multiple times.
Oh god, it's in a cage.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's in a cage.
Oh, now part of me wonders whether they could sneak an Owens victory because someone interferes.
Or,
and give
or,
Strowman a bit-
or you know what? Strowman could like throw him up against the side of the cage, and then he just breaks it, and then Owens
Again?
escapes. Yeah, yeah.
They just did that.
Well, they can do it again.
Well, yeah.
I'm going to say Owens, actually.
Oh!
Wow.
Oh man.
I'm losing points again. I keep doing this.
It's controversial.
That is, and the one that we just got done predicting, the Bludgeon Brothers and Hell No, for the SmackDown tag titles.
I'm going to say Bludgeon Brothers. I think
Wow.
Hell thing is too short-lived.
Interesting. I simply said that it's got to be Hell No because I think they're keeping Bryan out of the main title picture. I would love to see him go up and face Miz, but they're still gonna. I want them to have him safe so that he can like re-sign with them and whatnot before they pull the trigger on him and Miz. I feel.
Why him and Miz though? Miz is just Miz.
Well, yeah,
They're not tying him down with a belt. It's just Miz.
that's true. I mean, who's to say that Bryan could have the tag titles and still face Miz at SummerSlam?
Because it just seems a little pointless.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. That's my
All right.
That's all he had.
Great.
Yeah,
Cool.
It just is. Don't see the point. On the subject of tags, let's move over to Raw Tag. We've got the Deleters of Worlds, Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt going up against. It's the B team.
Yeah.
They're finally getting their title shot. Wyatt's little brother and what's his name? That other guy, Curtis Axel. They do a good parody. I don't need to see it 5 weeks straight, but
That's
it is
true.
pretty good.
They're consistent with their parody skills, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that kind of consistency is going to pay off for them. They'll win the Raw Tag Team titles on the show. Let's do it. Let's pull the trigger on it. Go. B Team. Killer Bees.
I'm going to go Hardy and Wyatt.
Yeah, that's probably what's going to happen.
I'm going B team.
Yes, thank you. On the B Wagon. Come on, Chucks. Come on.
B Wagon.
Yeah.
I wish I could be on the B Wagon, but
Oh.
no, I think the
Let me know.
deleted worlds.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unless Wyatt is. No, he's cleared, isn't he? He's okay
Yeah.
after his wreck. Yeah. I think maybe if he had some kind of injury, then they'd want to take the belts off him. But
Or maybe he'll just maybe he'll have another car accident. I don't know.
maybe.
Like during the match.
I hear on Ride Along that this Bo Dallas is supposed to be the terrible driver. It's true. That's it. I can't believe that was another real quick one.
Yeah.
We've got not much to say about some of these. US title, let's go back to SmackDown. Shinsuke Nakamura challenging Jeff Hardy. Jeff Hardy's eyes are open and also closed in a weird, creepy kind of way. Nakamura just lost out on a long series against AJ for the WWE title. Now I've got him just dropping down a level and winning the US straight away.
Yeah, I think I agree with that, actually. I think it'd be pretty poor if he lost this as well.
Meth Hardy. That's my prediction. I think he's retaining. Having Nakamura challenge for the U.S. title is after the stint with AJ Styles, I think is still a huge step down. And unlike Owens, I don't think he has like the character background to help prop himself up. So I'm gonna go with Meth Hardy here to retain.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Nakamura. I think he's stepping down for the US title.
Yeah.
If Jeff decides to bring a dog with him to ringside,
Oh
though,
my god. So you're going Nakamura, unless Jeff brings a dog, right?
I'm just going to say Nakamura just for the sakes of the prediction.
Okay.
And if Jeff comes out with a dog, you're gonna kick yourself.
Well, yeah, I suppose. Bit off too much.
Yeah.
More than I can chew. I can't remember the wording.
Chucks, who you got?
Nakamura. Of course.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. All right.
Yeah, you're on your own on this one.
Maybe this will be the one where I catch up. I don't know. I hope.
Maybe.
I hope.
Could be. And then we can go to the Iron Man. Seth Rollins, Dolph Ziggler, 30-man Iron Man match. 30-minute Iron Man match. For the IC title.
The main title on Raw.
Yeah, at the moment.
Yeah. Top guys doing top guy stuff.
Let's see. Ziggler has the belt.
Did you really just put in your prediction box boredom?
Yes, on a pay-per-view called Extreme Rules, nobody wants to sit and watch a match for 30 minutes where the chicanery is most likely going to be the deciding factor.
Even though it probably will be the best match on the show.
It probably will be, honestly, that's the thing. Ziggler. I think with McIntyre winning the right to be in Ziggler's corner, something's gonna happen with him. He's either gonna like pick the foot on Rollins when he's coming off the ropes, or help Ziggler get like a victory with a foot on the rope or something like that. Who knows? He's gotta interject himself somehow.
Yeah, I think Ziggler's gonna win, but I've written down Rollins for some reason, and I can't change it now, so I'm gonna have to stick with Seth Rollins winning it back.
Wow, alright.
You know, you say that, but I'm gonna
win a point because Chuck's made a mental error on his paper.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's gonna come back and haunt you.
It will, yeah.
I don't know, you know. I do wonder whether, just because like you said, the McIntyre thing, it's all set up too well for it to go that way, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And I just think it'd be typical WWE if they just put the title back on Rollins.
He wins the right to be in Ziggler's corner, but he gets ejected during the match. That'd be great.
I'll go Rollins anyway.
I'm sorry, what, you both said something at the same time.
Sorry, I said I'm gonna go Rollins.
Going Rollins and Beans.
I'll go Ziggler.
Yeah! There we go, that's what I'm talking
Which
about.
probably means I've just lost a point.
Yeah, same.
Okay.
Where to now? 3 left.
2 of each again. Ziggler, Rollins. Yeah, let's go to the women's matches. We've been alternating, so let's go back to SmackDown. Asuka is challenging Carmella again, only this time James Ellsworth is in a shark cage above the ring.
You're taking the piss, aren't you?
So extreme, these rules. So extreme.
Is that genuine? He's in a shark cage?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
That's legit. Because on SmackDown it was him versus Asuka, and he used like mace that he got from Carmella. So I'm thinking that's going to be the same thing here.
Oh, right, so that he can't drop the mace from the cage.
Yeah.
Well, he will, surely.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Is this the annual use of the shark cage?
Yeah, for the Mattel toy.
I can't wait until Shark makes an appearance.
Oh God.
It shows you like they made that thing and I thought, shit, we've got to use it.
Yeah. Like it has contractual obligations to be used.
Well, no, they made a toy, and they was like, that'll sell well. And they were like, no one's interested in it. Don't make any sense. We actually need to make one.
Yeah, more than likely.
I'm going to say Carmella retains.
I think that, yeah, they're just also clown shoesing Asuka here completely, being in this fucking ridiculous angle.
Although this is like, how many times will she have lost now?
Too many. But remember, wins and losses don't matter in WWE.
Unless you're undefeated for 4 years.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I tend to agree actually, but damn it, I've done the same thing again. I've written Asuka down, and now I'm doubting it. I kind of just thought that this was enough. Now they've done the thing with Charlotte. They did it with Asuka last time. It's kind of time now. But is it?
The thing is I suppose if Asuka wins it, then Carmella's obviously got a rematch. But then you're probably going to throw Charlotte in there, so it could be a triple threat at SummerSlam or something.
I just think it's too easy to do that shark cage finish again. You drop a thing down, you use the thing, and then win the sneaky way. And
maybe Asuka will see it.
This is
exactly. We'll see it and then like kick everyone's heads off.
Yeah.
This will be like one of them shows that's either going to go exactly as you think it's going to be, and it'll just be like the most predictable show ever, or it's going to be like one of those weird ones where you're thinking, why have they done this on this particular show?
Yeah,
that's kind of it.
Off the wall stupidity.
Well, not even stupidity, just like not their usual stupidity.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking Carmella, because that's what they do.
Yeah.
They're putting her up against much better challengers, and she finds a way through. And they could keep doing that. They could do more with Becky or maybe Naomi. You know, there's a lot around.
Yeah.
Or maybe they just cut it short because Asuka needs it.
I think Lana and Naomi are next in line for the tag titles after Team L no have their show.
Will, who you got?
Which one are we on? Sorry, I forgot where we were up to.
Carmella and Asuka.
Sorry, yeah, Carmella.
Okay, I'm getting a point here. Definitely.
You probably are.
Raw Women, Alexa Bliss, I don't know why, is being challenged again by Nia Jax.
With a suspended Ronda Rousey at ringside.
I thought the whole point was to get her out of the way. But apparently not.
And also, this is the only match that is actually Extreme Rules.
Yeah.
Honestly, this is probably one that should be the main event, I feel.
What?
Because A, it's a title, and B, it has the pay-per-view's trademark stipulation involved. So
It also has like two effectively heels facing one another.
that's also true.
Even though all of a sudden Nia Jax is supposed to be the smiley we like her again.
Yeah.
I mean, Bliss introduced a kendo stick on Raw. Jax broke it with ease. I mean, Bliss also has Mickie James in her corner. I don't know. I think Ronda Rousey is gonna fucking just take out both of them, and then security is gonna come down and challenge her to like be escorted out of the building or something like that. I think a lot of bullshit's gonna happen. How about that? Can I put that down? A whole lot of bullshit. There we go. No, I think Bliss is going to. I think she's going to retain somehow.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that Rousey costs Nia Jax by accident.
Yeah, I don't know how it's happening, but Alexa's retaining. She has to.
Yeah. And maybe there's like a triple threat at SummerSlam or something.
Yeah, sure.
So, Beans, you said Bliss, right?
Yeah, Bliss.
Okay.
I'm going Bliss too.
Okay. Chucks.
That's everyone. Yeah.
Oh, I accidentally wrote down Bliss.
No. I very deliberately wrote down
Until he
Fairly
looks down at his
confident
pad
about
and sees that he's wrote Jax for some reason.
No!
Yes!
Oh. I always write first names for the women. It would have been Nia. No, not this time. Because women only seem to have, or they used to anyway, they only ever had the one name. So I always had to write like Naomi or Lana, because they don't have surnames. That was until the women's revolution, and then they'll start.
Charlotte Flair, Sasha Banks, Bailey.
Well, even Charlotte lost hers for a while.
Bailey Huggins.
Tamina keeps dropping hers and bringing it back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Then the real main event, I think we can all agree, is AJ Styles defending the WWE title against Rusev, who was excellent. I think he was the highlight of SmackDown this week.
Yeah.
Everything he said on commentary was gold. It is I, Rusev of Rusev Day. This is Aiden. It's funny. He is like an open book to me, and I go to the library often.
With that being said, Styles,
Yeah.
I think I'm still going on my theory that English and Lana are gonna like have like some kind of a fling or whatever, and it's gonna distract Rusev during the match, and Styles just capitalizes off of it, and they're gonna ruin Rusev Day. On Rusev Day. I hope I am wrong. I hope I'm 100% wrong on this and Rusev wins the title. For the record. But I need points and I can't really go too bold on this one.
Yeah, I think AJ will probably retain.
Yeah, I'm going AJ as well.
That's all of us then. AJ around.
So there you go. That's the Extreme Rules prediction. I'm
That's a lot.
gonna print this out. I'm gonna print it out. Put it up on social media.
That's a deep card.
Bonus question, 4 hours 30.
Oh yeah. All right, here.
No, actually, I'll say 4:28.
How long will pay-per-view run? You said 4 hour 28, right?
Yep.
I'll go 4 hour 5 minutes. Chucks.
3. So we're not counting pre-show.
No.
No, like the actual.
3:30.
The actual. Okay.
They're going to go right up to that 3:30 line.
3:58.
Oh wow. This feels like Price is Right here or something.
Yeah, it really is.
Alrighty. That is your Extreme Rules card. Yeah, next week we're gonna recap and go over the show and see who was right and who was wrong, and see if I can actually get back into the title picture here of trying to get points on the board and not some. I'm probably just gonna keep trailing off. I think the boldness picks here that I have are gonna cost me, but we'll see. So, and I'm gonna cut it back to there. We go. All right. One thing I wanted to add real quick before we get out of here. See if I can find it. There was a WWE shop item that I got a kick out of. I'm going to try to throw it up on the stream here. Not sure if you guys would buy it, but I certainly would buy it. It is a Corey Graves shirt that on the front simply says, "Shut up, Saxton." For $28. There it is. Right there. Corey Graves on the back. Cool. Did you buy it?
Not for that price, but
terrible.
Yeah.
That's not the worst T-shirt I've ever seen.
I'd give you $20.
I think that the picture of Corey on the actual shirt, though, shouldn't be him being smug. It should be him being angry.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
He should be doing that look that he gives right over the desk, like he's staring right through Tom Phillips' ears to like burn a hole through.
Yeah.
Should do an alternate one with Coach on it.
Oh God. Oh my God. Yeah, it comes in Saxton or Coach sizes. God, he's the worst.
Don't even entice him, because he'll have like a T-shirt that says like his word of the hour or some shit. What about this one? You're fired.
Not a fan, Beans?
No. My word of the hour is ESPN. How many weeks in a row has Momentum been his fucking word of the hour?
Oh, man. God.
I have a tweet here that I'm hoping someone will read because it's funny.
Link it. Yeah, there we go. Oh,
There you
God.
go.
Oh, God.
Oh, dear.
Oh, boy.
Kevin Nash again.
What? Oh, my God.
Wow. Okay.
I'm just gonna. I'll throw it. I think I could throw this up on the stream here. Here you go. I'll let the viewing audience, if you happen to be watching the video stream, which you should be on the YouTubes here, since we're an audio visual podcast. Basically, it's just Kevin Nash saying that he always liked Brock Lesnar, and he broke his neck twice, and he enjoys being able to enjoy himself. How about that, to put it mildly? So,
Sexually.
yeah, and it's hard to do that with no feeling from the neck down. He's not wrong.
He's not wrong.
He's not wrong. Yeah, apparently. So,
I know he blew his quads.
well, yeah.
He did.
Oh, that glorious hot tag on that Raw that time. Good lord.
Yeah, it was something else.
Wow.
Just a quick look over Raw and SmackDown. It really wasn't that much. Both go-home shows were terrible. Mojo Rawley finally defeated No Way Jose, I think, again. Kevin Owens attempted to hide from Braun Strowman by being in the GM office with Kurt Angle with a can of Lysol. Yeah, not really much to go over. AJ Styles did double duty on SmackDown. I didn't even realize Asuka and James Ellsworth was a lumberjack match. I don't even remember that. I just remember the finish with the mace. So, yeah, that I think is going to do it, unless there is anything else you guys want to add in. We did. I don't think we mentioned that Lesnar had like a UFC thing with Cormier, Daniel Cormier.
Oh yeah, he really turned up like a classy guy, didn't he?
Yeah, yeah.
Just decided to call everyone motherfuckers and.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like this is kind of just tied into the whole, I guess, the storyline of him not being in WWE right now, quote unquote, I guess, if you want to call it that, because they're making it seem like Lesnar walked out in WWE with the title.
I was going to say, I bet Vince was wishing that he'd have like the Universal title on his shoulder when he did this.
Yeah.
Probably was, yeah.
Yeah.
And Brock's just like, fuck no. But yeah, I don't know. Is it going to be, is it September or is it October that the fight would have to happen?
No, he can't fight till next year.
Yeah, because he's in the drug pool. He's got to re-enter himself in the drug pool, unless he somehow got like a 6-month head start that nobody was aware of. Yeah, he's not going to be competing anytime soon. So, but once that is cleared, then yeah, he's going to probably compete against somebody. And I think UFC.
So basically, Brock's going to hold on to the title till next year's WrestleMania then.
Oh God. I don't know if they can do that and have this whole apathy from the fans about the Universal title situation, because they want an actual champ. They're tired. I think fans are tired of seeing Lesnar with the belt and just not being around on the shows.
I don't mind him not being around as much.
Right.
I just don't like the way that they're booking him.
Yeah.
Trying to use it to make him the heel in the scenario, if you like.
Yeah. And I don't know. This kind of goes back to the whole situation with the brand split, because the Universal title, I feel, means nothing in a way. It became a thing because Raw needed its own main title. People didn't like the name of it from the get-go. They didn't like that Balor got hurt and he had to relinquish it. Somehow Lesnar wound up with it, and now it hasn't been really defended on television or on pay-per-view that much. So it has little meaning, I feel, and therefore it doesn't need to be around. I don't know how you guys feel about that. It's just
pretty much.
Yeah. So
I'm quite happy with Lesnar to keep holding it, because I know the alternative.
Yeah, I'm all for it. Let him keep it forever. As long as he keeps coming back. I mean, you know.
Yeah. I don't know. He's got to either drop it or get rid of the title, I feel. Anyway. Anything else you guys want to add? I think this one's a good one to wrap up on. I'm glad the computer was able to hold up well enough to be rendering that video, which I think is completed 3% now since we started. So that's great.
Unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to be able to do the show next week.
Oh, what?
Why the hell not?
Yeah. What? Here we go. This guy taking his fucking prediction game championship and leaving on us next week.
I do have a rather good excuse.
Oh, okay.
Go on. It better be good.
Next Saturday, it's Jack's christening. I can't even speak.
You're gonna break a bottle over him? What is this?
What the hell?
Like,
What the hell is wrong with you?
He's not a ship.
You said, yeah, that's what I said. Like,
That's
that's why I thought you said you're christening him. So I thought that you're just gonna take a bottle of champagne and just.
That's why I'm not going to be here, because we're going to the coast. I'm going to smash a bottle over him and
like
throw
he's a
him
boat.
into the sea.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Nobody says that their child's going to be christened. What do you mean?
We do.
We do?
Yeah, that's a
Baptism.
thing. That's why launching a ship is
okay.
called christening it.
Like,
Okay, a baptism.
christening.
Yeah, you gotta say baptism. Otherwise, I think you're gonna smash a bottle over him, and you're just gonna christen him like a ship.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure how to respond. Yeah, so that will be happening on Saturday in the day, and then afterwards, like, friends and family and stuff are all like get together. So, yeah. So,
bothered, you mean?
Well, you never know. Maybe
you can always tell your friends and family about the show. You can tell them to tune in while we're broadcasting.
Yeah, I could.
Yeah.
He won't though.
I could, but I'm not.
Yeah, I might see how it goes on the day.
It's true, yeah. All right, that's in all seriousness. That's a very legit reason why you can't be here.
Thank you.
Bottle or no bottle?
Excuse.
Bottle or no bottle?
Not every day you smash your child in the head with a bottle.
Honestly, God, that was my first thought was when you said christening him. I was like, is he gonna commission him like a ship? Like what? What do you mean? No, people usually over here just say baptism, and then it's like, oh, you're just gonna dunk him in some water.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna even. I'm not attempting to drown him either, but you know.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't want that insinuation either. No.
Too late now.
Don't be the next Casey Anthony.
I'm not quite sure what that is, but
she was somebody who got off of allegedly drowning her kids or something like that.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Well, it's nice to know that you've just mentioned me in the same sentence.
There you go. No problem.
So don't do that, Beans.
Yeah, don't do that, you'll be fine. All right.
I'll make sure there's video evidence that isn't happening as well. You know.
Ed in the chat, I think he's long gone. He said he's rooting for Reigns Lashley to main event because he's got shit to do tomorrow night, and also recommended the NXT Tag Title match. The ending was pretty epic, he said. So.
Yeah.
I also think he's still slightly disgusted with chokes, but you know.
Yeah. And then me trying to branch off of that as well from earlier. That's gonna be it. Join us as always next week. We'll recap the Extreme Rules pay-per-view. We'll see who won, who's in the lead. Probably still going to be Chuck's, even though he accidentally wrote names down on his legal pad. And yeah, until then, take care. Enjoy wrestling if you can. If not, that's fine. Enjoy the show, and we'll talk to you then. Take care. Good night.
Bye bye.
How do I end? There we go. This is the button. Okay. There we go. See ya.